ancient darkness is breaking through into our reality. The overlords are coming. They're demons united. They'll stop at nothing to tear our world to shreds. And the only thing that can stop them is the power of metal. You have been chosen by the gods of metal to lead this crusade of finger-shredding fury. You must write the sick riffs, craft the awesome lyrics, find unholy rhythms, and set the heads banging. Show the overlords that their darkness is nothing compared to yours. Gods of Metal is a co-op deck-building game for 1 to 4 players. You and your bandmates must work to create the most powerful band in human history. Find mystical instruments of legend, outlandish costumes to improve your powers, and recruit mascots to help you battle the overlords. Find the power of pure decibels and use them to destroy your enemies by crafting songs that will literally blow their minds. Form a band. Save the world. Gods of Metal. Now on Kickstarter.
I like these calm little moments before the storm.
Money comes big, yeah, yeah, yeah. It's not small, no, no, no.
Kiss my entire.
Oh, my darling, not 3 times on the ceiling if you want me.
Your coffee, sir.
Thanks, beautiful.
You're welcome.
This is a man's world.
It is indeed a man's world, and you're watching the manliest show on the Madness Comic Network. Manly men doing manly things in manly ways. Welcome, my children. Oh my gosh, what a beautiful day in the neighborhood. It's great to see everybody in the chat. Fanta is here. Nikki is here. Abo is here. How Dear is present and among us. Pops is hanging out backstage producing. Who am I missing? Shadowhawk is he's at work. Hail from the greasy bowels of a giant machine. All right, my friend. Somebody's got to keep the lights on. It's good to see everybody. Let me bring out this fella here.
Roads? Where we're going, we don't need roads.
Gordon Shumway, nice to meet you. Interested in a new Buick?
Nonsense. I've not yet begun to defile myself.
I'll make you famous.
Hey, hey, hey.
What is going on, Brother
What
Tanner?
is up? How are you?
Tanner looking like he's up in the Great White North.
Yeah, maybe. You know, I don't know. Keep talking about moving.
Don't you do it.
Oh, man, no.
Stay put.
No, I don't know.
Pardon me while I hack up a lung. Listen, I hope everybody's having a great day today. Today we're going to be doing a thing where we're going to do a deep dive into my book, A Damn Dirty Thing, and what's next in the Rampart universe. You know, I don't brand myself that often with my studio, but it's Rampart Studios, and the Rampart universe is expanding. What's up, Wayne? Good to see you.
Hey, Wayne.
The Rampart universe is slowly expanding. I'm not going to explode into 1,000 characters, but you know, it's a whole world, and there are more than one interesting person in that world. In that world are people like Elizabeth Payne. In that world are people like Doc Fleming. In that world is a character I can't mention yet because he hasn't appeared yet, but it's coming.
Oh, man.
I've just got to, I got to get rich so I can hire other artists to keep up with the writing. I can write
right.
far faster than I can draw. There's not enough time left in my life to draw all these books. So, hey, Sketchbook, what's up, buddy? So I'll tell you this too. I was on a stream with Matt Barr, and I love Matt Barr. And Matt Barr did not know that I had done Pariah Blood and Mud.
Oh, really?
The whole time he'd just seen it and heard about it, and he thought it was Anthony's book, and he found out it was mine, so he actually looked into it. And he was like, I want to do an 8-page backup story in the next Pariah book, man. I love the Golem. I love swamp monsters, blah, blah.
Yeah,
So,
dude, the Golem is badass.
He is.
You know?
He is. And when he sits and he teaches the philosophy of Socrates and Aristotle, a little bit of Plato, people can't really understand him because that's a lie. He doesn't do any of that. He's a mindless force of nature, and he makes a little brief cameo in the stinger we just did for the next Pariah book. Now, anytime, Tanner, I'm getting close to the end of one thing, I'm already ready to move on to the next one. So I've got 2 things I'm doing right now. When I've finished this last page of A Damn Dirty Thing, and I should have been done already, but now I'm editing to make things fit. When I'm done with that, I've got to take a break from my properties to do some commission work that I've been hired to do. 2 different projects.
I gotta get those commissions done.
Got to pay the bills. Got to pay the bills. But then the next thing after that is and this one gives me chills.
Oh yeah, I like that.
Hey, Wayne, the answer is yes. We will be doing that. I'll get with you after I get the price from Mr. Romano, and I'll hit you up. And you got to let me know. Do you want a page, half page, quarter page? Let me know what you want. But yeah, if you want to throw an ad into a damn dirty thing, we'll let you. Yeah, man. Fanta, I saw yours. I
Heck
think I
yeah.
left you a comment. God bless you for what you do. She's just selflessly out
I,
there
I know, right?
promoting everybody. What a wonderful soul, man. Why can't more people be that giving, that loving? Why aren't I that giving and that loving? Tanner,
Hey, I don't know.
I try to be. Pop's insinuating that he is that loving and that giving also. Yeah, but you're crotchety. Fanta's not crotchety.
Yeah, no, not at all.
So what I want to do today is I'm going to do a deep dive into the Rampart universe, and I'm going to be answering any questions you have that are not spoilers.
After 5 years, she may be. You never know.
I'm going to be laying out the timeline. Were you a 19 Echo?
I was a 19 Kilo.
I don't know what that means, but all right.
It's my military occupational specialty.
I know it's an MOS. I don't
know
which
okay.
one it is.
Yeah, I always forget what they're called in other branches. So
Well, that's the Marines call them MOSs, and all ours.
Okay, that's what I thought, but I couldn't remember.
They were all 11 Bravos that I ran around with, which is just grunt infantry.
Grunt, yeah.
The Navy calls it a rating, not rank, rating.
That's right, a rating.
So my rating was Hospital Corpsman, but my designator was 8404, 8525, which means I was a Fleet Marine Force Corpsman, independent duty. So if something ailed you, I could fix it.
Oh man, yeah. Like you want to talk about because we have designators too. Yes, Wayne. To answer your question, I was a tanker. But yeah, no. And more specifically, when I got out, I was armored cav. But yeah, we have designators too in the Army. So I mean, I could get really fancy with it.
Stretch them out there, yeah.
Yeah, stretch it out there. I was a 19 Kilo, 4 Romeo, 40, blah 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 blah.
Okay, so I think Wayne is saying he was a 19 Delta.
Oh snap! Okay,
Cav Scout.
Well, I worked very closely with the Cav Scouts, reporting back to us. That's awesome.
I worked on a couple of scouts. Does that count?
Sure, that works.
Don't listen. Never get veterans talking about it.
Yeah,
we never stop. We'll
tell
the same stories over and over again.
And over again. My kids laugh, but they kind of laugh, and now they're just annoyed by it. And I'm like, guys, I've only got 5 good stories. And I was like, and they're true because they're the only stories I tell because that's all I can remember.
It's a unique experience to serve, even if all you do is just boot camp in your school. You'll have stories for the rest of your life. But when you add into that deployments and combat and all the other stuff that goes along with it, you really get into stuff. All right, so Wayne is saying M113 in the cab.
Oh yeah,
gun jeeps
113.
Yep.
Pieces of junk. They are, and I'm sure he'll agree.
That's 5 more than what? I don't even understand. All right, so in case you missed it just a moment ago, I was saying we're going to do a deep dive into the Rampart universe, which is the world where Jake Bishop lives, where Elizabeth Payne lives, and we're going to be talking about the timeline, some of the other characters that exist in that world. And I'm going to answer questions, anything you want to know. If it's some people have been confused about what is the relationship between A Damn Dirty Thing and Pariah. And from Jump Street, they all exist in the same world. This world is a place where they have all of our technology. It's modern. It's equivalent to us. However, the aesthetics are those of the 1940s with a touch of 30s, a touch of 50s. Because, I mean, let's just face it. It was beautiful. The aesthetics, the cars were just damn sexy ass cars. The women were just
everything was
beautiful,
elegant,
impeccable, elegant,
just
beautiful.
elegant. Streamlined, beautiful lines, everything. From like you said, from cars to dresses to you name it.
If you were a
it
guy,
all had this elegance to it.
Today, I consider dressing up if I put on a shirt that has a collar. Right.
Right.
That day, you didn't step out without a tie and a jacket and a hat.
It's like those memes, where they say somewhere between, this time and now
something went horribly
wrong.
It's true, but that aesthetic has just always appealed to me. So I wanted to create a world where that aesthetic never went away. So they don't call computers, but they have them. They're called data types. And they don't have the internet. They have the data sphere because it's data and it's connected around the world. It's the data sphere. They have cell phones, but they don't call them cell phones because they don't operate that way. They just call them phones. But on the one hand, you'll see someone with a cell phone in their hand, but they'll have one of those old-timey two-piece telephones on their desk because why wouldn't you? It's almost like a Bluetooth. The technology's there. So anyway, in this world, let me start by saying this. Here's the timeline. Jake Bishop was already a private investigator before the events of Pariah Blood and Mud took place. Those events happen to Elizabeth, and she unlocks her power as Jake Bishop is finishing up A Damn Dirty Thing. Now, in book 2 of Pariah, this is when Jake Bishop enters Elizabeth's world. They cross paths. We don't know if he's going to be a friend or a foe to her because Jake Bishop he's a pretty law and order kind of guy. He wants you to be put on trial for your crimes and pay the price. And if that means, riding old Sparky, then so be it. He don't care. But he's not really going to kill people needlessly. Elizabeth, on the other hand, exists only to inflict as much pain, suffering, hate, and end of life delete from census of these Russian mobsters as she possibly can. So what happens in book 2 of Pariah, which is Sanctum of Hate, Jake Bishop is contacted by the Solomon City Police Force because there's a string of, it's like a serial killer taking out Russian mobsters in the most bizarre ways imaginable. A couple of examples. They're doing an autopsy on one little goon, and they cut the skull cap open in every autopsy. There's nothing in it but ashes, and they can't figure that out. Several other things happen. It would be spoilers if I described them, but they determine this guy. They're aware that magic exists in the world, so this has got to be something supernatural. So they call in Jake Bishop, who himself is a ditch wizard.
I love that term. I love that.
Which requires me to step back for just a second and say this. Let's explain the magic system in my world. It's not a hard system. It's a soft system, but it works like this. There are wizards and there are witches, and then there's a third category that kind of blends the two. A wizard uses sorcery, but all they're doing is pulling power from a place they call the elsewhere and manipulating it for their desired goals. Hey, Manticore. Witches, on the other hand, their power is all internal. It comes from inside of themselves. And that's what Elizabeth Payne is. She's a witch. So they're able to, hey, Stephen B. Hey, Manticore, what's up? So those two things exist in the same world. And poor old Jake Bishop is in over his head. No, it's not true, Gabe. Go to your room. Jake Bishop's in over his head when he meets Elizabeth. He's a good ditch wizard, but Elizabeth is the apex witch on the planet. There's no Douche nipple. What? Fanta.
Oh man.
I don't
I
even know what
caught
to say to
that.
Wow. I'm derailed now. I'll just have a sip of coffee and collect my thoughts. So anyway, when Jake meets Elizabeth, it's a pivotal moment for her. It comes at the apex of her story arc, and it derails her story arc for just a minute. Sorry, douche nipple is still hanging in my hand. Fuck it. I'm a professional. I can get through this. Douche nipple.
Hey, Carrie, how are you?
So anyway, yeah, back to A Damn Dirty Thing. As that wraps up, the very last, it's not a spoiler, the last scene of that story is a spoiler, not telling it, but after that scene, there's an epilogue in A Damn Dirty Thing where we see Jake Bishop kick back with his feet up on his desk, smoking a cigarette, having a scotch. He's on the phone. And this is the first time we're going to see his dog, Potluck. And Potluck is he's in the novel a lot. But there was no room to put him in the comic book except here in the epilogue.
I'm going to go take care of my dog real quick now that you mentioned that. I'll be right back.
All right. And anyway, he's on the phone with this Lieutenant Allen, who's telling him about these string of supernatural killings that are going on, and they're in over their head. Could he come help? So that's kind of our tease and our tie-in to the next Pariah book, which after a break, when I've got to fulfill 2 commission works, that's not 2 drawings, that's 2 different projects I'm working on that I'm going to try to do as quickly as I can. Then we'll get to work, and there will be Sanctum of Hate. After Sanctum of Hate, there will be another Jake Bishop story. No, wait a minute. I got that wrong. I'm sorry. There will be the Jake Bishop story. Let me try to get this right. Sanctum of Hate will happen, and then the next book after that will be the 3rd part of Pariah, which has a working title, Garden of Malice, but I'm not sure if I'm married to that or not. And then the Jake Bishop stories will return, and they just keep going. Jake Bishop is my ride or die. Every Jake Bishop campaign that I do will have a comic book. It will have a novella, and if possible, I would like to have an audio book for each of them. Matthew, make your 28th page an ad for your next book if you don't have anything else. So yeah, if you haven't backed A Damn Dirty Thing yet, I'm going to pull the campaign up here in just a moment. Actually, Pops, would you mind doing that for me? I've got to get some air moving in here. That's why I'm wearing my headset, so I can run my air conditioner. It is humid even when it's not hot. So even if you have like central air in your house, keep a window unit in a couple of rooms to take the humidity out of the air. Welcome back, Tanner Hurley.
Sorry about that. I had to put him in his cage. He's in the Velociraptor stage. So he's everything right now.
I remember that stage well. My little girl's there also. All right, let's take a look real quick at A Damn Dirty Thing is currently at 24 backers. Now, you notice 24 backers and we still haven't broken 1,000. That's because I'm keeping the price point low on this book. The physical comic book is only $7. The novella is only $9. Hold on, Matthew is asking questions. Yep. Now, Matthew, you're where I was 2 years ago. You were brimming with questions and desperately need to talk to some people about how to do this. Fortunately, I fell in with a good crowd and got answers to the questions. So network with the other creators behind the scenes, Twitter. Especially if you're on Twitter, Matthew, hit me up. I am Doc Blalock 8404. It's right here on the screen. Let me take that down. Right here under my name, or right here under my ugly mug is my name, 8404. Follow me on Twitter, and I'll set up a backstage, and I'll answer as many questions for you as I can, and the ones I can't, I'll introduce you to people who can answer. All right. Well, I get that you prefer Facebook. Over there, I'm Christopher A. Blalock. Just look for my bald mug smoking a stogie. All right. $7 for the physical book. $9 for the novella. Scroll on down. We'll look at these rewards first. And then the digital PDF is only $4. Digital PDF of the book is, I keep wanting to say audiobook, is only $4. For $15, you can get both. All right. So you save a little money there. $15 gets you the comic book floppy and the novella, which will be, let me show you. It's going to be about this size. This is Stephen King. When he did The Green Mile, it came out in novellas in a series. They'll be about this size because this is, again, a throwback, an homage to the dime store pulp novels back in the day. Excuse me. All right, scrolling on down. $7 is for the both digitals, both PDFs. So instead of $8, you save $1. You can get and it hasn't been at this price since the campaign for Pariah Blood and Mud. You can get cover A, Pariah Blood and Mud. That is the first time this has been offered since the campaign ended, because we've kept cover B, cover C up on Dark Gifts website in the store, but we weren't selling cover A until we did the catch-up tier. All right. For $4, you get a digital copy of Pariah Blood and Mud. We'll come back to the card. $17 gets you both floppies. $7 gets you both digitals, Pariah Blood and Mud and A Damn Dirty Thing. $25 gets you all 3 books. That's the physical. $10 gets you all 3 digital. And of course, you know, it would be my campaign if there weren't coffee mugs on there. So you can't really see them, but on one side is Jake Bishop's business card, and on the other side is the cover dressing for A Damn Dirty Thing. The Gollum tapestry, while they last, $25 plus shipping. I've got one hanging over my shoulder right here. All right. Yonder it is, and it glows in the black light. Jans Ricard, or I think I said that right, Jans Ricard, is in the chat. And he says, a wild bunny, Arthur appears. Good to see you. So I'm the writer, I'm the artist on this book, and I was going to do the lettering, but Anthony wants to do it, so I'm going to let him. So we're going to be lettered by Anthony Romano. The cover is not in color other than it's tinted. It's meant to look like an old 1940s movie poster, back when they still hand painted the movie posters and the printing technology wasn't what it is now. I wanted it to be a throwback, and it is. The book's about 20 pages. It may go over. To me, the books are always too short. You know, I want a 200-page graphic novel. You know what I'm saying? I want to read, bitch. When I sit down to read, I want to read. So the first tier on the rewards, if you look, is Damned If You Do, and that's everything. That's Pariah Blood and Mud, the tapestry, the novella, and the comic book for A Damn Dirty Thing. That's 2 sketch cards by me and a Portia Vance trading card. And then below Damned If You Do, we've got, scroll down a little bit, Pops. Damned If You Don't. And Damned If You Don't is everything before, but minus the Pariah stuff. So this is all just A Damn Dirty Thing. All right. So there's some sample pages for you. And what's interesting, all right, top left page here, Pops, is this is all traditional. except for the shading in the upper right panel, panel 2 of that one. The next page over is the first digital page I ever drew. Yes, I absolutely keep a mailing list. Well, Jens, come on and jump on your computer then.
Heck yeah.
Thank you, my friend. I appreciate you. Both of the bottom 2 pages are digital near the end of the book. When they have finally tracked down Vito Morelli and they're moving in. And we've got a page here of action. You know, why go through the door or the window when you just walk through the wall? Jake Bishop has an ability called shadow stepping, where he can just phase through things, or he can teleport if he knows where he's going. And he didn't want to get shot, so he disassembled dude's gun for him. There's our coffee mugs. And wear a fedora this week, boys. Just saying, wear a fedora at some point. So there's the coffee mugs. They're available front and back. There's the novella. The novella cover is just a slightly different tint on the cover and edited for size. The novella is going to be between 60 and 80 pages. I don't know yet. I'm still writing it. I've got one scene left to write, and it'll be done. Scrolling on. There's the Pariah Second Chance. Now, this here, boys and girls, is a working phone number. 410-449-2466 to reach Jake Bishop and leave him a message. The best messages. We're going to play several of them. We're going to listen to them, find the funny ones and the really good ones, and we'll play those live. So don't dox yourself, but do leave us a way to know when you leave the message who you are, so we can reach out to you and let you know you won something. Because I'm going to pick the very best one that I like. Anthony don't get to choose. I'm choosing the one I like the best. You're going to get a freebie. There's a little bit of an Easter egg on the card. If you look at the address, I'm going to pause for a second. Panel don't answer. 442A Cook Street. Chat. What is that an Easter egg from?
And while you're thinking about that, Doc, I think another cool twist would be if Jake calls them back.
Well, they'd have to leave phone numbers, and that's kind of self-doxing. So we can't really do that.
Nowadays, you call somebody, even if you leave a message, your number's there anyway.
Oh, I like Anthony too. He's great to work. He's great to work with. He's just elusive. Getting a sighting of Anthony Romano is like spotting Bigfoot. All right. No, it's not GTA 5. Good guess. Someone else. 442A Cook Street. This is an Easter egg.
I want to cheat, but I can't cheat.
You're not allowed. You already know.
I know. That's what I mean. I want to just say it. But
here, he's bursting at the seams.
Well,
He's bursting with salt.
I have that thing about winning trivia all the time and winning stuff. And when somebody goes, "Hey, what's the answer to this?" First thing I want to do is spit it out.
Oh, listen, let me tell you something. Carrie was there when what I was just talking about, where Anthony wanted to rename my books, and I had to set him straight. She was there when that happened. Look, we do that all the time. You ought to see us backstage. We fight, but it's always toward making a better book, and there's no malice in it, but we fight. Yes, Gable got it. Sherlock Holmes' address in the Sherlock Holmes novels, 221B Baker Street. So I went with 442A Cook Street. Call and leave a message for Jake Bishop. The best one, you're going to get a free something. I don't know what, but you're going to get a free something. All right, the stretch goals on the campaign. $3,000. We're going to have a Porsche Vance. It says trading card, but it's going to be a print, about 5x7, like the Golem prints were on the last campaign. A Porsche Vance with her sexy self. But here's the one I'm in love with. At $4,000, we're going to unlock the audiobook.
Oh, wow.
I have the best voices I know in the community doing these voices. I've got Gabe Pennyshot. I've got Yucky Gum. I've got John Dillard. I've got, well, I'm not going to say who else. I don't want to spoil. But we've got some great voices lined up. Let's see. Where was you on Direct Stream last night, Vanna? Anthony? Oh. All right. So, yeah, help me. And this is the thing. You guys, I think, know in the chat. But for those that may be watching and you're not sure how all this crowdfunding works, why do you need that much money to blah? What crowdfunding is, and people lose sight of this. It's not a store where you go and buy something. It's me saying, hey, here's my product. Here's my idea. Would you please give me enough money to produce it? In return for your contributions, you're going to get whatever. That's the way crowdfunding works. And so what I'm asking for is help me get to $4,000.
Help him help you.
So we can produce this audiobook. And if you've already backed or you can't back and you're listening right now, would you be kind enough to share the link out to every nook and cranny, talk to your friends in real life and say, hey, you know, so let me roll that back for just a second, though. Saturday mornings when I was a kid, and yes, I was once a kid, there was not cable TV very much. It existed, but it wasn't around much. We had the Superstation, WTCG, that later became WTBS, which was Ted Turner, and the one out of Chicago, WCGN, I think. On Saturdays and Sundays, they would just play old movies because they couldn't afford new stuff. And that's where I first ran across The Maltese Falcon, The Big Sleep, Casablanca, To Have and Have Not, all these wonderful old movies. And I fell in love with them. I wasn't some young kid going, oh, give me the, what was the cartoon back then? The Herculoids or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
I enjoyed those, but I loved those old movies. And so I wanted to make an homage to that. I wanted this book. Hello, Tree Goblin. I wanted this book to look like it was taken from an old 1940s noir movie. Jens, I feel your pain, brother. Unfortunately, I'm not in a position where I can go in the hole to produce this. If I could, I would.
Right.
Hell, if I was rich, I'd make this book and just give it away. Because I'm not on my YouTube, Carrie, but I will. Excuse me. Let me do that right now. Go to your channel, Doc. Live. Mute it. Tell it to shut up. All right, it is now pinned on my channel. All right, so where the hell was I? I lost the tabs. You ever had so many tabs open that you feel like you've stumbled into a dark and foreboding forest with no idea how to get back where you were? Yeah, that's me. So the goal with Pariah, of course, was to create the same feel as those old movies. Now, most of you guys have either seen or you're familiar with Sin City, and I've had this thrown at me. Sin City did a great job with the noir aspects of the movie, and the comic book was amazing, but it was over the top gore and violence. This is a throwback to how they did it in the 40s.
The real deal, the original.
Yeah, I took it back to its roots. Is there action? Yes, absolutely. There's action, but it's all about the lighting and the atmosphere and the emotion of the characters, the dialogue, that gritty feel, more so than it is anything else. So that's what I was going for. Now, if you want gore and you want action, we're absolutely going to give you an OD of that with the next Pariah book, Sanctum of Hate, coming soon to a theater near you. I wish. But I'm going to ask the chat this. Now, let me, Pops, can you scroll up for me to where the pages are? Let's find a good shot of Jake Bishop. Scroll down. Yeah, there he is. That's a good one. Him looking over his shoulder. Someone asked this question, and it kind of set me back because normally I think in cinematic terms. Is it a standalone issue? Yes, every Jake Bishop story is a standalone, even though they're connected. So you don't need to read one in order to read the other. Someone asked me, who do you see if you were casting this? And it kind of took me back. Took me aback, I should say. For Elizabeth Payne, I had in my mind a cross between, I kind of blended a young Jennifer Connelly with a young Alana Miles. If you remember the woman who sang Black Velvet, she was just beautiful. I wanted to kind of blend those two, get those attributes for her, but no thought whatsoever about Portia Vance or Jake Bishop. So I'm asking you, chat, cast a damn dirty thing for me. Cast it.
Oh, man.
Because I don't know modern actors and actresses. You know, everybody I could think of was already aged out. Jake Bishop is about 35 years old. Portia Vance is in her 20s. Elizabeth Payne is in her 20s. Don't bother casting her. It's forever going to be Jennifer Connelly when she was younger. I don't know who the hell that would be now, but help me cast that in my head, because now it's gnawing at me. It's like a mind worm. It's in there. I've got to figure this out. I went to IMDb and I looked up best male actors in their 30s. And it brought up what? Bunch of actors in their 40s. Keanu Reeves is he's a little aged out. Keanu's in his 50s now.
It's true.
We need 35, about 35 years old. Look, an actor up to 40 can play him. I'm sure, and get away with it. Hell, one in his late 20s, if he looks, worn down enough, can play him. But in the meantime, while you guys are thinking about that,
they don't do drugs as much, so they're not. You don't got the burnout actor.
There's a lot. Yeah, but in fairness, Jake Bishop's world, there's a sufficient amount of scotch drinking and cigarette smoking going on. In the meantime, for those of you that weren't here at the beginning, let's play a little trailer from A Damn Dirty Thing. Anna Alanis, I think that's her name. She was the last Bond girl. Gorgeous brunette. Yes, but Portia Vance is blonde. Oh, you mean for Elizabeth Payne? Yeah. Oh man, Yuns, I feel you, but thank you for trying. Hey, do me a favor if you're out there and you haven't backed it yet. It's $7. Back it. While you're at it, you might want the novella too. You can get both of those for I don't want to misquote it. I think it's $15 for both. For Elizabeth Payne. Well, let's look her up.
Is this guy?
Oh, there's Chris Hicks, the wonderful Chris Hicks is a great guy. He was on the show. God, when was that, Chris? Was it last week?
Okay, I found an actor.
All right, hold on. I'll come back to you. Let me get this one. Anna Alanis. Let me pull her up. Anna Alanis. Oh, that can't be right. She's not a middle-aged fat accountant. Anna Alanis. Here we go. Let's look at her. Oh, shit. All right, I'm not finding it under that name. So, what was the name of the last Bond movie?
Oh, geez. That's a good question.
What was the last Bond movie?
I don't even know.
What the hell? What are you doing, Pops?
Is that her?
No.
I pick her. I'm just saying.
Stop. What the hell's wrong with you? Oh, my God. All right. In the meantime, as Pops was reminding me, we've got some segments to do here. Let me pull this down. Let's have some fun, shall we? It is time for our weekly harvest of only the very freshest and tastiest of memes. All right, so here we go. Just some contemporary stuff. The last known picture of Uncle Bosie has surfaced. I was looking for the Gilligan's Island one. It was making a home with the headhunters, the cannibals. What a dumbass this guy is, man. I mean, Joe Biden would rather climb a tree and tell a lie than stand on the ground and tell the truth. I don't get that dude. By the way, his uncle was not shot down. His uncle's plane had engine trouble and ditched at sea. Period. He wasn't eaten by cannibals. What a fucktard. Mom, what's a contradiction? Well, dear, that's believing that 18-year-olds couldn't understand their student loans, but 7-year-olds can choose their genders. Hello. I can't believe they get so mad over an image on a beer can. It wasn't the image. It was, well, okay, whatever. But then at the same time, going to have a meltdown over Aunt Jemima, Uncle Ben, and the Land of the Lakes. Hello, Kate, my love. Wonderful to see you. This one, I laughed about far harder than I should have. It's the new they, them action figure. Now with more pronouns.
Oh, no.
It's too perfect. The little Starbucks cup. By the way, Starbucks is not real coffee. All right. Well, the mocha hoopa doodle bullshit motherfucker, that's not coffee. Go to a real coffee shop, get some real coffee. Not the leavings off the floor of Folgers mixed with some freaking flavorings. That's not coffee.
Hey, I'm just going to say, America runs on Dunkin'.
I like Dunkin'. Single-handedly putting an end to dumb blonde jokes everywhere. Indubitably. I have no comment on this one whatsoever. Body positivity. I will beat Donald Reagan this September. You can take that to the post office. Yes. But before we forget, this is the best protection for keeping him in office. The thought of who's next in line.
Oh.
Holy buckets, could you imagine the shit show? You ever seen a vampire being forced to hold a cross?
This is my favorite one.
Jesus, look at that look on her face.
Seriously.
The painful, forced smile.
Jeez.
Jeez. gosh. Hey, this has been another exciting meme review. I hope you enjoyed those tasty memes brought to you by the many fine folks at Kellogg's. I don't know. We have sponsors. We're going to play some of those here in a minute. But we got to get to something else too. Pops, if you've got the poll set up. Again, back when ladies were ladies. Look at her. But anyway, we've got 3 new contestants this week for our Babe Barista of the Week. And I had to go out to the farms and the ranches to find our contestants, Tanner.
Okay.
So first we've got our lovely Ginger. And our beautiful blonde. And our bombastic brunette. All right, so get your votes on the Madness YouTube channel. The poll is up there. We've got to pick a new winner. We need a ginger, we need a blonde, or we need a brunette. We'll check on that poll again later. You got to remind me, Tanner. I always forget to go back and check. Wow, the chat blew up. Let's see.
Yes, it did.
I gotta catch up. Gable Penny Shop says, every time you say weekly harvest, I think some sort of Children of the Corn thing is about to happen. Yeah, they're doing everything in their power so nobody ever. Well, what they're doing is creating an excuse for why people don't want to have sex with them. We already didn't want to, based on Lando Lakes licking all the butter in your fridge since 2018. All righty then. So we got another little segment we do. Tanner, do you have one for us?
I do. I have a good one for us today.
Let's do this thing we like to call.
Greetings and salutations. I'm Tanner Hurley with another Great Moments in Comic History. And today's Great Moments is about a man who, from his inaugural run on X-Force to his current runs on Batman and Wolverine, I want to talk a little bit about Greg Capullo. Okay, probably the best artist on Spawn. Yeah, I said it. You know, the best artist, hands down. Second with some other people, and actually third being Todd McFarlane, for his own creation. But yes, Greg Capullo, creator of Creep, his creator-owned title, which, if you like giant monsters, this is where it's at.
And who doesn't love a giant monster?
Who doesn't like a giant monster? Seriously. His work with Mark Millar on Reborn was pretty stellar. I have all of those. But yes, if you're not familiar with Greg Capullo's work,
you should be.
You should be. You've been underneath a rock for 3 decades. Good Lord.
I remember when Greg was breaking onto the scene and was making it, and he made a splash when he came in.
He did.
And I was like, take note, this guy's going to be here for a minute. This guy's going somewhere. He and what's the is Greg Capullo and the guy who did J. Scott Campbell. Both those guys kind of showed up at the same time.
Yeah, they did.
Like, okay, the future is in good hands.
Unfortunately, Campbell doesn't do too much. He'll
be back.
Well, I mean, he does the pinups and stuff like that, which is awesome. Yep. The cover art, but he doesn't do the interiors anymore. He's kind of beyond that.
We're gonna have faith. It's like the Rolling Stones. You're just gonna keep touring and touring and touring. Learned a lot.
Greg's out there freaking rocking it, man. I mean, he's like I said, he's doing Wolverine. Yep. He's doing his Wolverine. Oh my god! I just recently saw his Wolverine like a few days ago. That just blew me away.
Right on. All right, so this has been another great Moments with Tanner Hurley. I do want to mention this. Pops is dropping it in the chat here. On the 27th, all day long, Pops has a collection. Now, let me be very clear about this. I mean a fucking collection of not just comic books, but of comic-related materials. And there's going to be an all-day auction going on. And this isn't just to put money in Pops' pockets. This is funding the getting of the LLC for the Madness Entertainment Group, so we can move on to the Roku. Be sure to tune in. It's going to be all day. The 27th is that a Friday? 24th, Saturday, all day Saturday. Come hang out, share some laughs, get you something good. Look, Pops has got some stuff now. I'm not a collector anymore. But every now and then, he and Texas Dave will be pulling out some stuff, and I'll go, no, I can't do that, but I want it. All right. So wait a minute. Damn it. One thing at a time, Doc. Let me get back over here to this. And then we go here to the chat. Before we move on, we're going to play some ads from our sponsors. And we're thankful for all of our sponsors. Your ads get played on every show that we do here on the network because you help keep the lights on, so to speak. But in the meantime, before we get to the paid sponsors.
One thing real quick, Doc. I wanted to let everybody know there's already a bid on the Return to Hell Space unpublished cover by Bill Moss. So this one, the starting bid is going to be $130 because he already bid $125 on it.
Oh wow!
So I just let everybody know this is for real. We got some serious killer stuff to auction off, and I even dug out some other stuff, Doc. I got some labs and shit.
Well, let me. I'm going to roll some ads, and then I want to come back and talk about some of the stuff you're going to have up.
This is about your thing, man. We can talk.
No. My show. We do things my way. All right, here we go. Holy buckets, dude can draw.
Yeah, you can.
Freak, man. All right, that's it. I quit. I'm going back to being a counselor. Good night, man. Of course, 3:20 a.m. over where he's at.
Later,
tomorrow.
brother.
He's already in tomorrow, so he's in the future. Let us know how it turns out, Manticore, will you? All right, we're at that point in the show where we're going to play a couple more of the ads from our gracious sponsors. If you guys want to grab a beverage or sit enraptured and watch these wonderful trailers.
Flip City Magazine is just really pulling out all the stops, man. Your guys' production value of this magazine has gone insane. I mean, look at that. I mean, I remember when you guys, it was black and white. Even when it was black and white, I thought your quality was great. But damn, they have just, I mean, they just really stepping it up a notch. Look at this. James Corbett, boys. James Corbett.
Genuinely cutting, but also funny, and obviously just chaotic and very fun.
I love Flip City. It has brought new types of badassery and integrity to the print medium.
Glamorized and embraced by Hollywood, feared in the underworld, Benjamin Bugsy Siegel was one of the most powerful men in America. He was also one of the most hated. The man who gave birth to Las Vegas was gunned down in the luxurious home of his glamorous lover. Almost 80 years later, his murder remains unsolved. Who killed Bugsy?
And we're back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Tanner had to go pick up his daughter from school. Real life happens.
Yeah, it does.
Pops, give us a little tease on what you're going to be. Some of the stuff that's going to be up on this auction. Because look, I don't normally do this, but I might be. You've got some stuff I might want to buy, so I'm going to embiggenate you and let you take it for a minute.
This was done by the late great David Faust. It's Mrs. Beetlejuice. You can't tell, right? That's going to be up. We got some Jim O'Reilly. Now, I haven't decided if I'm going to give up the pencils or the inks. What one or the other is going to be in the auction. Maybe I'll let the fans decide. Whoever makes a bid on whichever one first. But this was the Cromniverse cover that Jim O'Reilly did. Oops, may still get used at some point. If you're a fan of Pops, you can get them. Silver Pops. Look, I got all kinds of stuff. If you're a fan of Perfect Tens, we got Perfect 10 gold Star Wars cards. 3 different ones. Empire Strikes Back. All the different. All graded 10s. See, these are different. These are harder to. This one, I don't care that much about. This is a 9.8 Amazing Spider-Man Venom Inc. Alpha 1. And we'll be putting this one up. And we may be putting this one here up, which is $265. And I think it's his first appearance as Silver Sable. Yeah.
Nice.
So we'll be putting that up.
Just real quick, Pops. I'm having some of my wife's birthday cake. Her birthday was yesterday.
You got cake?
Yeah.
Cake?
I was like, I went to warm up my coffee, and I'm like, I want something sweet. Too bad we don't have anything. Wait, there's cake.
There's cake. A bunch of signed prints by Greg Harms.
Beautiful.
These are all homages, good stuff. See the Slingers, he's got a guitar instead of it's a band, man. It's a band. This one I particularly love. Punisher and Boba Fett. They're all signed and numbered. But like I said, they're all homages with different characters, and it's called Versus. What's up, Sketchy? And some more.
We got Sketchy and Sketch in the house at the same time, proving they're not the same person.
Those, like I said, those are all prints. We got some Jim O'Reilly prints.
Look at that. Jeez.
Oh yeah.
Hold that back up. Hold that Jim O'Reilly back up. Holy buckets, that guy can draw.
I know, dude. I'm just saying it.
Is that Jim too?
Yeah, that's Jim.
Oh, Jesus Christ, Jim O'Reilly. He makes me want to quit drawing.
A Sean Howe print of Elektra.
Sean Howe is badass too.
Let's see. Now this one's kind of special. This is Mojo Risen.
Yes, we see the Pops.
Yeah, there's me in there.
Pops is the most drawn in living person in history.
Not yet, but I'm working on it. I'm working on it. And then there's some Greg Harm's original art from the Book of Realms. Bunch of different stuff, pencils and inks.
Wow.
And that's the pencils and inks of that piece. Okay.
Beautiful.
Pencils.
Oh, wow.
And inks of that piece.
That's magnificent.
And then there's the Bill Moss piece, which I've already, like I said, we already have a bid on one of these, and I already had somebody that said they're going to bid on this one. Bill Moss, guys. White on Black Dragon. Another Bill Moss. Couple pages that I've already posted that you guys have seen that are going to be up as well. You guys know I got tons of like autographed comics and stuff. You've seen something on the show-offs that you're interested in. Right now, it's all up for grabs, man, because I want to get my thing going. And I'm willing I'm willing to give up all the stuff I love. All this stuff that I love, and of course, like Bill donated stuff, you know, to help us. Mm-hmm. It's not like, oh, that's mine. He donated that to us to help us get the Roku thing up. He's behind this. We have investors sitting waiting for me to get the legal groundwork in place, and that's what I'm trying to do right now. So
so that's this Saturday all day starting at what time, Pops?
I don't know. I'll probably start around noon.
All right. At noon until we fall over dead. DED dead.
I mean, it'd be nice to at least end the day with the money to get the LLC and get a couple of contracts written up. Because as soon as a contract for their investors is written up, we can go there, because then I can accept their money. I can't take their money until I can give them a contract.
Right. So hear what we're saying, boys and girls, to do things legit, legal, all above board. This is what we're doing here. All right, Pops. I'm looking forward to that. I will hang out as much as I possibly can Saturday. But my
thing is I'm hoping everybody in the network gets behind me just putting this in on random channels. I don't want it just all being on my channels. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, you can certainly stream it to my channel.
Yeah, I want it to be out there in as many channels as possible. So, you know, I know Laurie's going to be at a con. I hope it's okay if I use her channel. You know, that kind of stuff. I got to talk to everybody this week and see who's okay with me broadcasting to their spots. You know. Sure.
And then, all right, guys, you heard it here. This Saturday, starting at noon Eastern Standard Time, we're going to be doing an all-day auction for some really cool collectibles. And Pops, I'm going to make you dig through your comic books because you might have a couple that I'll want.
Well, you tell me now so I can get the digging out the way.
I'll tell you ahead of time. I'll get with you.
I mean, I just pulled out some random to show people, like you just asked.
Sure.
Me so
yeah.
Pulled out. But I have a lot more. I have sketch covers. You know, do you remember the Batman 50 with Catwoman and Bruce face to face with the cowls on?
Yes.
Somebody drew that for me without the cowls.
You can absolutely drop your campaign. We give wrenches out for that reason. Absolutely drop your campaigns, drop your books, your product, whatever you got going. Absolutely. I'm all about helping other creators.
That's part of the game here. If you have a wrench, use it.
And if you don't have a wrench, ask for one and you'll get one.
Yeah. Drop your links, drop your friends' links, getting stuff seen.
The Goatinator. Let's see, I'm already interested. Yeah. All right, so we've about reached that point in the show where we're going to start wrapping up. So as always, I want to thank Tanner Hurley for coming out, my brave and fearless co-host. Pops is the founder of the Feast, the keeper of the keys. He's the man for the network. So appreciate it. And chat, my God, you guys have rocked today. But I'm going to call you out, chat. I haven't heard casting for a damn dirty thing.
Casting.
We got to check on the poll. I knew I was forgetting something. How's that poll looking, Bobs?
I want Henry Cavill or Jake.
He's too big.
We have 7 votes, Doc. It's hard. We need everybody to go over there and vote. I know there's more than 7 people that check.
All right, here we go. Last chance to vote for your barista babe of the week. We've got our Ginger. I went fresh to the farms to find these gals for you. We've got the lovely blonde and the well-clad brunette. Go vote for the Ginger. Go vote for the blonde. Go vote for the brunette. Vote on the Madness Comic Network YouTube channel. The poll is up there. We'll be revealing the winner before we get out of here. I have been slack on doing that.
I need
lately.
more votes, though. We need more votes on there. We never get that many votes. People just go over there, drop a vote, drop a like, go back to Doc's channel. If you're watching on Twitter, come over to the Madness Network. Vote, man. I want that thing. That poll should be big. We should get a lot of votes on that every week, and we don't.
Creative WM _personal. First of all, I don't know what your name means, but okay. WM means something to me. When I served in the military, WMs were female Marines. That's what we called them, WMs. That's what crowdfunding's for. You know, if you can, it's hard to do. A lot of people don't understand that crowdfunding is a creator saying, Welshman, all right, creative Welshman. It is us saying, here's my vision, help me fund it to bring it to life. And that includes paying for your artists, your colorists, your letters, whatever. And I know it's hard, but I wish you all the best with it. If I had time in my schedule to help draw some stuff for you, I would. I'm booked from now till the grave. All right. So in the meantime, we're going to go ahead and wrap this thing up. I'm going to give it a couple of more minutes on the poll while we play this thing one more time here, 2 in a row from me, writer artist Doc Blalock.
Just back it already. Now hit the up.
Yeah, man. Actually, this is my favorite. But we get
getting that Casey and the Sunshine Band's fucking morning on YouTube. He loves that.
Been a great show today.
As bad as Iron Maiden. I get hit for Tanner's intro and that thing all the time.
And the weird part is, and I'm of course not disputing you, but it's funny to me how in the what do you call it, the back of your YouTube channel, the Creator Studio, it'll say, hey, this is copyrighted, but the copyright holder allows it to be used for blah 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 blah.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have no problem with it until you're a monetized channel. Then all of a sudden they go, hey.
Well, I mean, they were hitting me before the same way, and I just kind of ignore it, like whatever. But it's like now they want you to mute that segment if you want to continue to get monetized.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? And I'm thinking to myself, how does that help Iron Maiden if nobody hears their music?
Right.
It's only 10 seconds. It's not that big a deal. Wouldn't they be like, who gives shit? That's
Hal Deer and Grey Wolf in the house. Good to see you guys. Hey, it's been a great show today. No joke, man. I've had a good time. Hold on a second. Let's check that poll, Pops. We're going to have to finalize. We got to pick a winner here.
Let's see. What's the poll say? The poll says Ginger, 57%.
There you go. There's our Babe Barista of the week.
I'm really starting to think that my chat is very biased toward Gingers.
I'm saying.
I mean, I think we need to get more people going over there and voting.
Listen, I'll say this. All right, she's pretty, but they both look like psychos. I would hang out with this chick.
But see, she's cute. There's a you see what I'm saying? There's a difference. Right?
Yes, of course, of course.
I'm not doubting her. She's cute. I even captioned them this time what we were talking about. I was like, blonde, boobs, brunette, more boobs, ginger. Where are the boobs? And people still voted for the ginger, dude. So what can I tell you?
All right, we're out of here, boys and girls. God bless you all. Listen, remember, go outside, get some fresh air, hug your loved ones. Be sure you feed your dog or your cat. And if you don't have one, go get one. Peace out.
I got one more.
Look, I don't mean to be rude, but
whoops.
I don't know if anybody noticed the 424 initiative, but it's 424. So for 24 hours, be nice. Peace.
All right.
Look, I don't mean to be rude, but I'm tired of talking to you.
And don't think it hasn't been a little slice of heaven, because it hasn't.
Well, what do you know? I finally got the last word.
Good night, everybody.
Quitting time! Quitting